video should make all of you happy. Happy as clams. Happy as little clams. But a couple people should be especially happy. Bridget and Bridget's boyfriend. I'm afraid I don't know your name, sir, nor what state you live in. However, I have minus finishing sanding on the belly and doing a little fine work, and then Helmsman spar urethane finish. I've got me a bow, and this will be this very well could possibly be a little over 60 pounds at 28 inches of draw. And so Bridget and Mr. Bridget, I think I hit it right. You notice again, the paint job is a little different than the last one, but if you notice, if you are keen of eye, if you are sharp of eye and sharp of wit, you will notice the colors on this, autumn colors. And so it should prove to be actually really good camouflage. You know, with the oranges and the reds and the blacks and the whites not so much, but those little spotty whites are small in area. And so working right along, it's amazing how many little details there are in a bow like this. And so it becomes what can feel like the never-ending project, but the end is in sight. Nice bow. I like this. Turned out well. And I just put that handle wrap on there just kind of temporarily because even I want to look what it looks like. I still get excited when I turn out a bow. Okay, next subject. Subject number 2 in a line of possibly 3. Yes, I am now a grandpappy. Ira Elliott Riggs Hoagland. But they're going to call him Baby Riggs. That's all right. And everyone was wondering, now how did you come up with Max's name? That's my son. Confirmed bachelor, so I don't know if he's going to produce like an heir or a spare or an heir and a spare. Max, I was a fan of, the Road Warrior and Mad Max and all that stuff. And it turned out kind of funny. Last name is Riggs. Lethal Weapon. Riggs, Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. Who would have thought that Mel would have gone off the rails though? But I still like his movies. Heck of an action guy, Mad Max. And then I forgot what Riggs' first name was in Lethal Weapon in that series. That's good. Number 3. I actually like Cajun music is now my favorite music of all time. And I put a few up last night. Parley Nos Bior, and I know I'm mispronouncing those, and then Valse de Belfa, and valse means waltz, it's a 3/4 time thing. And I'm listening to it. It's like, I need a triangle. I need to get a triangle. And so I went to eBay, and I thought that, they're just using plain old triangles. But if you look at the actual instrument, and they are instruments in every way, shape, and form that the Cajuns use, they're typically made, actually hand-forged from hay rake tines. I actually forge them, and it's not connected so it is a triangle. It has like a little opening and then curly cues on the end. A little bit of flair. And they don't have it tied to a string. Ed Grimley, this is my triangle solo. Boom, boom. And I was thinking, how hard can it be to play a triangle? Well, let me tell you, the way Cajuns play triangles, it's difficult, it's tricky, it's hard because they're just hanging onto it, it's draping on their finger, and the way you beat it is kind of a circle. And of course, it's not just a ting, ting, ting. They can mute it by clasping down on it. And so that is a Cajun drum set. So of course, not only if I want to get a real triangle, I'm going to have to front like $80. They're not like these $2 specials you get on eBay for like just a kid's thing. These are hand-forged in the fires of Nordorf or wherever the heck it is. And I have to learn how to play a triangle. I never thought I'd say that. I have to learn how to play a triangle. Now, you're on YouTube right now. I challenge you to, after watching this video and learning everything you need to know about life in general, bows and triangles and Cajun music and little kids and stuff like that, is listen to some how to play the Cajun triangle. And yep, it's actually, a trick. So that's good. Should I have a number 4? I don't know. I think I'm going to cut it off at number 3. Leave it with a beauty shot. Beauty shot. Fall colors. Fall foliage. 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 Colors. It's going to be so trick. This is a tricky bow. Yep, and why I'm not shooting it right now is not that I would, not with this. But I have witnessed the ruinage of bows, potentially good bows. And a good way to ruin a bow, first of all, is to string it before you know that the limbs are balanced enough. What I can see, envision, is just going ahead and stringing it right off before it's too soon, before you have it on the tillering stick. And then what I do is I've got benches and stuff like that where I can sneak it up to the edge of a board and then see where the limbs are in relation to the spacing on the boards. And if it is more than an inch off, the distance, of bend, I'm not going to string that bow. I'm going to work it on the tillering stick before stringing it. But I've taught people how to make bows, and they take them home to work on them, and they ruin them because they string them too soon. Another way to ruin a bow is by just rushing it. Patience is the key. Aside from that you have just removed too much wood here, and your mind is telling your body to stop removing wood, and you keep removing it, thinking it's going to make it better. Just not breaking it in. I'm going to let the kinks work out. I've got rawhide in the back here, so I'm going to let that rawhide kind of equalize and feel its place in the world stretching out. Just brace it. Just let it sit braced for a while. At a low brace. That is not the final brace. Just let it bend. And then I'm going to gingerly start adding a bend. I'm not going to pull it back to its final draw weight. How many times have you heard people say, never pull it back past its final draw weight? Well, in the initial stages, that is a good way to ruin a bow. If I'm aiming for 60 pounds, no way before this thing is done am I going to pull it back to 60 pounds. Gingerly. Finesse. Be gentle. Maybe take the string off. Let it sit and think about what it has just done. And then string it again at a low brace. Now that it's level on the tillering tree. Just a little bit at a time. Work it in. Even if I ship this bow, after I shot the heck out of it, it arrives at your place. Brace it. Let it sit for 5 hours. Patience is the key. Not that you have to, but why not? And then start shooting it in gradually and then get it up to the full thing. Obviously, when you're tillering a bow, it has been drawn to the full length, but we must be kind to our bows. It's like a bank account. You don't want to draw more out than you're making an interest. Just that simple. Okay, I have heard the sound of my own voice enough. I shall cease speaking. And Rob, did you say Johnny Lee Hooker? Who did you say? I forgot. Who you mentioned was I upset about. I have never been upset at a blues man. Neither Robert Johnson nor T-Bone Walker, Johnny Lee Hooker, Big Mama Thornton, name dropping here, very good friends of mine. Yeah, if you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you. But no, I was not upset at a blues person. Not in the slightest. I give them credit. Credit for starting everything that is good known to humankind, the blues. That means the video's over.